Welcome back to the next part of Let's Play Super Mario World. And with me, as always, is Nick. Hello?
Hello. I'm not here on my own free will.
I'm actually chaining him up in my basement so he can actually do this post-commentary with me.
Can I have some food?
No! You can get food when we're done with this game.
Well, then maybe you shouldn't restart the game halfway through.
Shh! That's the whole reason I did it. But anyways, now we're in Donut Plain. And watch me fail this.
You even get one.
I get one. Just one. That was probably the most ridiculous thing ever. Yeah, so essentially what you can do here is you can go activate all those to get 1-ups. But god damn, I just sucked at that. Anyways, a new item that's introduced into this game is the one I have on now, but I can't really utilize it because I'm riding Yoshi, is known as the Magic Cape. Not to be confused with the Rocks Cape from The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons.
If any of you played Super Mario 3, it's quite similar to the raccoon suit. Or
Yeah.
the Snoop suit, just without the cool invincibility.
Yeah, we don't have the ability to turn into a Buddha statue that goes thwump.
The thing is awesome, man. It can kill anything.
That thing is probably one of the best transformations. But then again, I like the Hammer Brothers transformation.
Yeah, the Hammer Brothers suit is the best.
Yeah.
The only problem is the Hammer Bros has that certain arc, so if you're at a certain angle, you can't hit him with it.
Yeah.
That's really its only problem.
Yeah. I think that's my only complaint with this game, is that we don't have the ability to have all of those items again. It's sad. I'm like, I want those items again. Where's my items? Come on.
I think if you had to at least put another one in, then at least I would say put in the frog suit or something, because if you look at the cape, which can help with those big open areas, you have the fire flower, which is, classic Mario, and then you could also have the frog suit, which could help you with the water level.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Or they could have made something else, like an aqua suit, or they could have changed it up. I mean, that's why they had the cape in here, and so it wasn't the feather again.
Despite the fact that it behaves exactly like the feather.
Yeah, and you get it from, like, you have a leaf, you have a feather. I mean, they could have changed it up, honestly. Oh, by the way, one thing I didn't explain is these levels that have a, basically a red mark on them means they have a secret entrance which you can take. Which I'm going to do right now in order to activate the second switch pass that you saw in part 1. These help you out in the long run, especially during the later castles.
And to all two of you who don't know, you can use these secret exits can either contain locations to secret levels, switch palaces, secret fortresses, which will probably eventually lead to Star Road.
Which Star Road eventually leads to the most ass-backwards, semi-Kaizo Mario-esque levels.
I hate those levels.
Yeah, a lot of people do. Which I will be doing, but that's going to be one part itself.
Holy crap, man, you crazy. You crazy fool.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be a hell lot of editing. And I tried doing this, and I'm like, oh, I failed. Well, dude, let's just run. Let's run!
You didn't even get that right the first time we did this.
No, I didn't.
However, to be exact, he did better than last time, because when he did the very first Switch Palace, he didn't even jump over the pipe, he just ran straight into it and got, 6 points.
Yeah, that was fun. It's like, hey, let's go get all this. Well, I want to go back. No!
Mario is not exactly his cup of tea.
No. Well, at least the original 2D versions. I've always sucked at these games. I've always been better at, the 3D versions, because the 3D versions, I don't know, I'm better at 3 dimensions, but I love 2D Zelda games. That's my cup of tea.
I'm always better with the 2D ones compared to that. I'm actually pretty good with Super Mario World. I'm pretty okay with Super Mario 64, despite it took me a shit ton of time to actually beat. And Super Mario Sunshine, I actually got so pissed at Sunshine, I actually broke it.
I have to ask your opinion. Why do you hate Sunshine? Because I don't mind Sunshine at all.
I think the reason why is because the only other 3D Mario game, it's hard for me to remember, it's back when I was like not even in high school yet.
Uh-huh.
I remember, I played Super Mario 64, and I remember it's simple. I think what really made me angry with Sunshine was probably the level design mostly, because the level design and how you kind of really restricted that you have to play the level like this and like this. It just really pisses you off after a while, man.
Yeah, okay. Because I've always wondered why people have such a bad time with that game.
Not to mention, you really don't get anything from beating Sunshine, because, you beat Super Mario 64 100%, you get unlimited, 99 lives and all that. You see Yoshi and all that, you get something for it. Super Mario Sunshine, what do you get from beating it? Postcard. You think, I spent all this shit playing this stupid long-ass game, and all I get is a postcard.
Well, okay. The same thing happens in, the same thing happens for Galaxy as well. You just get a postcard. But at least when you beat it 100%, you get the ability to play a second game as Luigi.
Yeah, at least you get something, it's not like you beat Super Mario Sunshine, you can play as Luigi, and at least to make up for it, Galaxy is not as hard or as dickish as Super Mario Sunshine, I should say.
True, yeah. There are some cringe points at that game that I really despise, but overall, I had a fun time enjoying that game, but I never had the decency to go 100% because I'm not searching for all those goddamn blue coins, which in itself is another dickish move by Nintendo. Why are you gonna make all these blue coins and make it different for each level that you go into? Also, fire underwater, how the fuck does that make sense?
I know, and not to mention the logic sometimes can be really retarded. Like, there's the one time when you have to go inside the hotel to get the shine sprite, and it's inside of a pool. And then the thing is that you're tasked with finding all the shine sprites. Like, the Piantas make it like your job. It's a court order. It's basically, public service or something. You have to get all these shine sprites or you're going to jail. And there is a shine sprite in the pool. And you can even see it through the windows. There's see-through windows. And the guy can look at you and says, I'm sorry, you need proper swimwear. It's like, the fuck did you? It is my job to go find these shine sprites. Just get the fuck out of my way and let me get the damn shine sprite. Screw proper swimming attire. I'm a plumber, damn it.
And that's the thing. Mario really isn't even a plumber. I think the only thing he does regarding his job as a said plumber, quotation marks in the air, he goes down pipes. Other than that, Mario isn't really a plumber. I think that's just his job title. I think, honestly, he should have a new job title by now.
Yeah.
At least some characters have, titles that make sense. Sonic the Hedgehog, the fastest thing in the world, which makes sense. He's the fastest goddamn thing in the world. But you have
he cannot outrun a bullet. Somebody shoot at Sonic and see if he can catch it. Because if he can't catch it, he is a liar. That's the thing. Even if you could catch it, you're not indestructible.
But it just Mario's job title as plumber doesn't really make any sense. I don't see that. Do I call up and hello? Can I get a plumber to come up? Do I see Super Mario and Luigi come over to my house and fix my sink? Hell no. You don't see that shit happening.
That'd be awesome.
You'd be like, is Mario and Luigi Mario, we're here to fix your sink. What?
Of course, you probably call them up, you probably get the Super Mario movies like Bob Hoskins and John Luigi Mario Brothers Plumbing.
Oh god, no!
Mario, no one who liked that movie?
I think so. I think they could have done better with some parts of that movie, didn't they call Bowser Koopa or something? Or
yeah, his name is they call him Koopa, but to make up for it in the Japanese version, if you switch the Super Smash Brothers language is Japanese, they do call him Koopa, so that's just what the Japanese call him.
Oh, okay. Darn it! Why do we have so many name changes? It's Bowser over here in America, Koopa over in Japan. We have Dr. Eggman over in America, Dr. Robotnik in Japan. Why? Why do we have name changes?
I thought the Japanese called him Robotnik, and I thought the Japanese called him Eggman, and we called him Robotnik.
No, it's the other way around.
Well, to make up for it, they mixed the name, so his name is Dr. Ivo Robotnik, but he calls himself Eggman.
Yeah, but originally that was just something Sonic said to make fun of him.
Yeah, which is how they explained it in the newer games.
Which is kind of ridiculous at one point. I can understand that. But it's just really? Why can't you just call him what his name is? Dr. Robotnik. It's really simple.
I really don't know why. It's just, I don't know, probably something with licensing or something, maybe. I don't know.
It wouldn't surprise me. Speaking about licenses, the one thing that we had to talk about that we didn't talk about earlier. So how about that Capcom?
Oh, yes, the Capcom.
Oh, God.
A brief history of Capcom, because I've actually been with Capcom for a while. The first couple of Capcom games I ever played were like the first couple of not Mario.
Yes! Capcom makes Mario games
did not
now!
make Mario, thank God for that. But the first couple ones I played were like the Mega Man X series, and they were good. And the one thing I have to say right now, one big problem with Capcom, I've noticed, despite the fact that everyone gives their older games praise, if you look, all their older games are literally copy and paste versions of almost all the other games. Like, if you look, Mega Man X 1, 2, 3 are basically the same exact game. The only really big change gimmick is the bosses.
Yeah, but then
if you
again...
look at Mega Man 1, like, ever, there's only, like, 2 gimmick changes in the entire series.
Yeah, I know.
Rush and, like, the Blaster.
Uh-huh. But, I mean... On that regard, didn't, like, X3 kind of suck as a game?
X3 didn't really suck, it was just incredibly back-breaking hard for some reason. I guess, Capcom realized there's nothing new about this game, so let's just make it so hard or something.
Well, I thought that was 2. I thought, 3 had the exact same pattern for all of their enemies, and they just sucked. It's just like, this game
it
just...
did have the exact same patterns for all the enemies, and it was, I don't know if you did, but they only did that if you hit them with their special, their weakness, but if you didn't, then they would actually be really hard.
Okay.
But they're only easy when you know what you're doing. I think it's the best way to put it.
Okay.
And another thing with Capcom is that everyone really praises their Street Fighter games. Street Fighter sucks. I'm sorry, I didn't grow up with fighting games, so I'm not a fan of Street Fighter. And the first fighting game I ever really played was like Super Smash Brothers. But
yeah, I think that's a big staple for everyone.
And the biggest problem with Street Fighter is I don't want to take 12 days to learn how to play a character.
You want to have well, then again, Street Fighter was originally the arcade system before it was transferred over to a console. So a lot of people played it on the arcade, and that was more of a hardcore setting. Same with games like Mortal Kombat. Well.